So I tried this new game, Dragon's Dogma 2, and I remained very impressed by how bad it is. But wait, let's not jump to the conclusions. Let me first describe to you a bit what's going on in this game, so you can decide that it's worth your $50 or 70, depending on your region, and if it's worth your time. A big hello to everyone, I'm Mr. Script and I would like to start with the main story of the game, so you'll have a general idea of what this game is about. The game starts with this Black Knight talking about how his kingdom named Vermont for a very long time did not have a king, and the kingdom was ruled by the consul. And now he is happy to announce that the rightful ruler of the kingdom, the sovereign, finally showed up. And the way to become the sovereign, you have to be chosen by some dragon as his enemy. A very interesting way to become a king. And it looks like we are the new king, but not for long. As we sit and celebrate on our throne, everything freezes. And the voice started to speak with us, saying that we should abandon the idea of slaying the dragon, and something about fate. A few moments later we fall unconscious and our story interrupts, but it doesn't end here, and we wake up in a prison. Here we are asked to create our character. I will not exhaust you with the details, all you have to know is that the character creation is very time consuming because it's huge, and you can stay here for hours, only for you later to put on your head a helmet so you can never see your face again. Also we have to choose one of 4 vocations: fighter, archer, mage, or thief. Later in the game you can change your vocation as you like, even combine them. When you are done with the choosing, you need to obey now your new master because you have been sold as a slave. I will tell you later why. Also we lost our memory of who we are, but what we know for sure is that we need to carry rocks from one place to another. And after we carry just one rock, we hear a lot of screams nearby, like we are under attack. So we feel the urge to investigate, because that's what normal people do. We run towards the danger unarmed to see what's going on. And we encounter a Medusa here, and by using my pew pew power, we made the snakehead run away. It was a team effort, and about the combat system I will talk a bit later in the video. After the fight ends, a mysterious man appears and tells us that right now is our chance to run away, and again something about fate. And that is what we do, we run away with our new friend, jump off a cliff to our certain death, but no, we don't die, we are catched by a griffin and fly away in a better future. I'm kidding, no better future for you. After a while the griffin got shot by a trebuchet, and we fall into a forest where the earth cushioned our fall. But our new friend was not so lucky and he fell into a river where he got eaten by a monster. Because the developers didn't want you to be able to swim in the game, and they invented this monster that is everywhere in the water, and he will kill you if you get in there, so no swimming for you in this game. And just a few seconds later some guards showed up and took us to the nearest fortress. When we arrived, a group of people came to welcome us, and somehow people there know that I am the reason and wanted to show me what a cool rock they have. But if I'm being serious, it is a reef stone and allows you to summon pawns. Pawns will follow you everywhere and fight for you. You can create your own pawn and add to your group 2 more created by other players. You can create more than one. Also beside your own pawn, they don't level up like you do, so you have to constantly change them and get a better one. After we are done creating our party and do some side quests to buy some equipment, we are guided to visit the nearest village because it was attacked by a dragon. And there we might be able to refresh our memory. When we make it to the village, we indeed have been here before, and we started to remember what happened. The big red dragon defeated us in battle while we tried to protect a woman. But of course we got toasted very quickly because it's a dragon after all. And you as a ranger should not be so close to the dragon. And then the dragon ate my heart like he was eating the olive from his martini and flew away. Just like that, can you imagine? Without even taking the girl as prisoner and keep her captive in his castle that is built into a volcano. Wait, I think that's from another story. Anyway, we wake up in a bed and next to us is the same woman that we saved that day. We talked for a few minutes about how grateful she is that we saved her, and then we got interrupted by Border Watch, who have orders to bring me to the capital because everyone knows at this moment that I am the reason, or at least they think that I pretend to be him. So make it to the capital, of course not with our adventures on the way, where Captain Brunt awaits us with a very serious face. or he is smiling, I can say for sure. After we talk with him, he reveals the truth to us about what happened that day. So the self-proclaimed Queen Regent Disa has been ruling the kingdom as she saw fit. When she found out that the reason has been found, she understood very quickly that her days at the power has been numbered. So she abducted us while we were recovering from the battle with the dragon and sold us as a slave. She also put a spell on us so we will not remember who we are because we cannot be killed by mortals. I mean, the dragon made out of us a charcoal and stole our heart, and we are still alive somehow. So now we team up with Captain Brand to get back our throne. And now that you have an idea of what this game is about, let's get to the part where I explain why I said this game is bad. And that brings me to the next topic, the combat system. They really wanted to make the combat system the main thing in the game, but they still made it bad in my opinion. First of all, the game is made for the consoles. Even if they release it on PC, to play it on the keyboard, it doesn't feel smooth at all. And I am not a big fan of the controller. When you need to aim at something or have to do some actions very fast, it becomes a nightmare. If you play as a mage the way I did, the things are simple. You just press the ability and it's auto aim on the enemy in front of you. But if you have multiple targets, it's still hard to select the target you want because there is no button to change the target. So you can't do that fast and you have to fuck around with the camera so it will maybe focus on the target you want. And that is just for the long range. If you try to play as a thief, the way how fast this guy moves, at some point my true enemy was the camera, not some goblins. The only interesting thing I have seen is the fact that you can climb on the bosses. And that's it. And also I think they could add more special effects like you can decapitate a monster or cut his arm, or a leg, or maybe a cool takedown. I don't know, something that looks like you did some visible damage to the enemy. And not just some blood that comes out of the monster when you do damage to him. Or maybe I just asked too much from the Capcom. Also your pawns almost do the entire job for you, so the game doesn't feel hard at all. Plus your pawns are very annoying because they repeat the same phrase over and over again, which may drive you mad at some point. At least you know all the time that there is a ladder nearby. Another problem that I have is that the enemy appears after every turn. You can make 2 steps without encountering some other monster, and the game becomes very repetitive. And not because you do the same thing over and over again, someone may like it, but because there is no real challenge in fighting these mobs, and it feels like you farm monsters brain dead in some World of Warcraft. And don't get me wrong, you can still find some cool moments and have fun in the game, if not for this small, tiny problem called performance optimization that kills everything. No matter how bad do you think the mechanics or the story are, if you run the game on 15 FPS on the lowest quality settings, the game is garbage. Look, I don't have one of the best PC on the market, but I have a decent Nvidia GeForce RTX 360 and an i9 whatever numbers look on the screen, with a 32 GB of RAM. And this game barely runs at 30 FPS. And I don't know what was on the mind of developers when they tested this game to see how it runs on the PC. I assume they did that. They saw 30 FPS and they said, perfect. It's exactly what we need. $70 will cost you. So if you don't have a $3,000 PC, then wait. Maybe they will fix that next year. If you will still remember that this game exists. To this, I also wanted to add that the design of the cities is sadly bad. The capital, where you have the most concentration of people, look almost abandoned. But I think if you add more NPCs to how badly the game is optimized right now, no one will enter the capital without your PC to explode. People also said something about the DLCs, like they are pay to win or something. But honestly, since this isn't an online game, who cares? The DLC was made for lazy people who don't want to farm and really doesn't interfere with the game. Also, I'm sorry I don't have nothing good to say about this game. I was really excited to play it after seeing the trailer, but the reality is unfortunately different. The game really isn't worth $70. Maybe 25, but even then I will buy it on sale. Thank you very much if you watched this video, it means a lot to me, and I will see you on the next one.